Hi, and welcome to The Gist. Thanks so much for listening today. It might feel like the first week of this year has already flown by, but the rest of the year still stretches ahead of us. What will the year bring? Can we hope, plan, and work towards new goals? Can we take what the year past has taught us and move forward? We can choose to start each new year fresh with curiosity about its possibilities. But uncertainty can also fill us up with a sense of dread. Sometimes our sense of impatience about the future can come from our unhealthy relationship with time, or what's called time poverty, a fear that time is always in short supply. Will we get everything done in the limited time we have each day or each year? But this fear creates a heightened sense of urgency, which often leads to hasty decisions or actions as a way to relieve our restlessness. Often, we mistakenly believe that doing something is better than doing nothing. But there are no quick fixes for most meaningful things in life, which usually just take time, effort, and patience. Sometimes the only thing we can do is wait, if we have done all that we can for the moment. Or if we've done our part, we have to wait for someone else to do theirs. Maybe we just have to wait for things to percolate, for time to pass before taking action again. But waiting is hard for most of us, especially in our technology-driven instant response culture. We need only look at nature closely to see how things happen in unhurried fashion. I'm reminded of a lesson in patience during one of our many family walks through our local woods. Usually, we would look up at the sky and the enormous trees that are home to numerous birds and life. But one day, my children took particular interest in a small snail on the ground at our feet, trying to cross the trail we were on. They spent a long time protecting it from dogs and humans, giving it safe passage. For a little while, time stood still, and I was surprised by my children's patience. I was equally taken by this little snail, blissfully unaware of our existence, courageously making its slow, treacherous journey, trusting that it could get off the trail into the relative safety of grass and trees. Many of us live hurried lives with a view to the future, a time in our lives when we can finally get to where we want to be, a time when we can relax, having achieved everything we had set out to achieve and having met all our obligations. Of course, this kind of illusion just creates more anxiety and frustration because we never reach this imaginary state. Life will always require something of us. Things to be done, responsibilities to take care of. There will always be challenges, disappointments, loss, but equally beautiful moments of connection, joy, and flow. Cultivating patience and nurturing trust in the unfolding of life can go a long way towards settling our minds. Brother David Steindl-Rast, a renowned Benedictine monk who has studied contemplative practices across cultures, invites us to trust in life. He states that deep trust in life is not a feeling, but a stance that you deliberately take. It is the attitude we call courage, and courage is quite compatible with feeling afraid. In fact, courage presupposes anxiety. It is the attitude of one who goes ahead in spite of anxiety and fatigue. So with all the uncertainty of the year ahead, we can choose to approach it with a sense of spaciousness and leave room for the unexpected. We can ground our actions in the wisdom and courage that come out of patience and trust, both in ourselves and others and in life itself. On that note, wishing you a great day ahead. For a transcript or articles related to this episode, click our blog link in the show notes. Be well and see you next time on The Gist.